Hi, I'm Parul and you're watching a video by justtutors.com. In today's video, we'll be learning about graphs, in which we'll cover introduction to graphs, bar graphs, and pie charts or pie graphs. So before we go ahead with introduction to graphs, let's try this warm-up question here. So based on this given graph, you have to answer these questions. You can pause this video and try these questions and come back to check your answers. So here, based on this graph, we have to tell what information is represented by x-axis and y-axis. So as we know that x-axis is horizontal axis, and we can see that on horizontal axis, we can see the names of countries. So we can say that x-axis represents countries. Now what about y-axis? Y-axis is showing the frequency or the percentage of gross domestic production spent on healthcare. So we can directly say that this is what y-axis is representing. Now our next question is, what is the percentage of gross domestic production spent on healthcare in UK? So first of all, we come to x-axis and see which bar it is representing UK or United Kingdom. So it's this one. And on top of it, we see it's 8.3. So 8.3% is spent on healthcare in UK. Pat your back if all your answers are correct and match to these answers. Well done. You have tried your best. Now let's proceed with introduction to graph. So graphs are visual representation of data collected. So first of all, we collect some data and then we represent it in a visual format, and that is called as graph. We can also represent data in form of tables. That is also a way of representing a data. But graphs make it easier to compare and represent the data rather than tables. Now our first graph is bar graph. So as the name suggests, bar graph is a graph which uses bars to represent data. They use rectangular bars which can be either horizontal or vertical, but they'll always be parallel. So this is an example which is showing Megha's score in English subject in terminal exams. So in first term, she scored 30. In second, she scored 35. And in third, she scored 45. So we can clearly see that she has shown a very good progress in her terminal exams. So this is how bar graphs help us in comparing the data. There's one more type of bar graphs where we use more than one bars to represent. Here, this type of graph is used to do comparison. When we have to compare two things, like in this bar, this graph is representing data of sales of various vegetables over 2-day period. So for example, coming to this bitter gourd, the blue bar shows how much bitter gourd was sold on Sunday, and green one shows how much was sold on Monday. Same applies for other vegetables. So we can compare and work out questions if we have to based on such graphs. The other graph that we have is pie graph, or also known as circle graph or pie chart. In this, we use a circle which represents the whole, and this is used to compare parts of a whole. Like here, the example which we have is for favorite pizza topping. So the maximum pizza topping preferred is pepperoni, that's in blue. Then we have cheese, 10%. 15% is for sausage, and 25%, that is second most, is supreme. So this is how a pie chart looks like. We can use percentage in pie charts or angles or fractions. So this was all about bar charts and pie charts. So based on the concept that we have just learned, you can try this question for bar graphs. and this question on pie charts. You can pause this video and try these both questions and come back later to check your answers from here. Pat your back if all your answers are correct. Thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.